YouTube fans, here again. Now, as I did the two Friday the 13th, why not? Friday the 13th in 3D. I remember doing this before and having fun and I had my 3D specs on, but today I thought I couldn't be arsed putting them on, so I'll just do a straightforward comparison of Friday the 13th Part 3. Now, as we all know, in 1982 and 1983, the movie today was going through the 3D gimmicks. That's what I say, 3D gimmicks. And when you think about it, it was 3D gimmicks. Think about it. You had the third Ghost movie in 3D. You had Annabelle House 3 in 3D. And originally, for people that may or may not know this, Poltergeist 2 originally was going to be in 3D. But the gimmicks sort of weren't out by then, so it went into not 3D. But yeah, so it's decided let's do the third one in 3D. Now, it starts off just like it did with number one, where it shows fast parts of memory lane of what happened in number two, with Redford and Steele running and chasing her in the woods. But then it shows the aftershots of him getting up, and that's when you get the fulfillment of it in 3D. The thing that makes me laugh is the music. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Boom, 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 boom. When it goes on this proper techno 80s disco music. And I thought, what the fuck? But I like it. You know, it has a charm to it. And this is also the first time Jason gets to wear his hockey mask. That's why the first time he gets to wear the hockey mask. I think a lot of the time the producers and the directors felt the bag wouldn't have been as frightening, and they wanted to give Jason a new look. So let's give on the fucking hockey mask. The only issue is they got the Bickaboo again, where he's hiding in buses, he's hiding in cheese. Now in number one, right, I thought that rubbed off because it was a murder mystery. Number two, I was sticking two fingers up. I thought that rubbed off because again, it was a murder mystery. But the fucking third one, come on. We know at this point he was figging Jason. We saw him get up before the date opening. Now, originally it was going to have Redford and Steele. The final door appeared in number 3. And they're going to do it like an obstacle setting, similar to like they did in the second Halloween film. But Redford and Steele at the time didn't want to be tie-tasted, didn't want to do anything. They only wanted to just do number 2. And she was doing other things at the time. I mean, she appeared in the 18, roughly in the same era. She appeared in a lot of other things. So she still want to be tie-tasted doing, you know, the final door in these. But how different they do, and how different the movie it's doing. They didn't do like they did with Hazel and King. They didn't do an opening where you see Redford and Steele waking up and Jason comes out, strangles her or kills her or writes a fucking nice pick in her head. Well, you already know what I think about number 2 on that one. They didn't go that route, is what I'm saying. They did not go that route where she gets killed. So that's one thing I can appreciate. So now you get some new tampers on the way. You've got this dirt in it. It's quite pretty to look at. It's got nice tits. But to me, it's a bit mad. It's striking. She streams all the way through it. She's definitely no Adrian King and she's definitely no Redford and Steele. But it's just pretty. It's like pretty to look at. It's got nice boobs. It's like pretty. And you got the other ones. And just like number 2, where you see him kill a lad who's in a wheelchair. This is like a ballsy film. Because you see him kill a pregnant woman. It's not in poor taste. It's not like shit I've talked about in the past. It's professionally done. But he does kill a woman who you get the idea she's pregnant. She mentions being pregnant in the film. And which, if you never noticed that, it's mentioned. You sort of get a Tazy Ralph character, but not as annoying. He wakes up and he's warning the kids to get out and he stuffs a fucking eyeball in your face. And I've done that on purpose because that's what he does. You know, your typical 3D gimmicks. You get that a lot where things are pointing out here, they're pointing out here, they're pointing out there. You know, your typical 3D gimmicks. A little bit dated now, but again, I like it because again it has a charm to it. It has a bladding charm. So you got that. You got a bit, which is fun. I forgot to say this. After the opening, you got this couple, right? You got this woman and a guy in a shop, and this woman is forever nag. He never stops fucking nagging this poor guy because he's fat. Not being horrible, but he is. He's overweight. He doesn't stop fucking eating. He's even eating his own fucking food in the shop. He's even eating fucking rabbit food at one point and eating fucking fish food. eating donuts, eating everything, right? Well, he gets killed. But the memorable death there is he's looking for a knitting needle, and Jason rams a knitting needle right into the back of her head there, into a Dorset. Done a practical effect. He's holding it, you can see the needle going in, your typical 3D fucking gimmicks. And you get these bikers and all, these cocky ass bikers who are giving them shit. But you might notice one of them, bald head, right? He was the one that buried the Bowser in the original Fight Night. I'm just Friday there. He was the one that buried one of the Bowsers. So you remember Fight Night? You see him in the nightclub, and he says, "Move me," and the vampire pulls his nails out and slits his throat. So that's the same type based a biker in this. So they're giving shit, you know, you get your typical death scenes. The best death scene though is to see where lads walking around on handstands. And then Jason comes out, whacks the fuck off. Ooh, really painful. I mean painful. You get to see when he kills a pregnant woman. Bit like Jeff and Pekin's death, but instead it's a knife in the Dorset. Not in the Dorset, so it's in the gut area, in the stomach. So there's some that ballsy film in that part. I mean, you got one lad who plays tricks on people. It's like typical of them slasher films. It's just not that memorable, but it makes you thinking is he the one who's doing it? But we all know it's not. You got one dude who gets a spear stuffed in a fucking eyeball, shoots you with like I think a shark gun. You know what shoots the spears out, whams it in the eye. One of the best death scenes though is one guy in it you think's going to be the main character, but he isn't. Jason gets him, crushes his fucking head, his eyeball goes boom, flies right out of the fucking audience. I admit when I first saw that, I thought it's just going to crush his head like you've seen in slasher films before. He was going to crush him and he was going to fall down dead. When I saw the eyeball fly out, I thought, whoa, what the fuck? I never saw that coming. I tell us now, it's a bit dated. You can see it's a puppet and it's a fishing rod or something holding the eye. You look poppy. You can see the string pulling it out. That's a bit what I will say CGI would improve that because it's had that fuck up. But again, I kind of like it. You know, it has a charm to that death scene. You know, your typical 3D gimmicks and everything. So you got the final dude basically trying to get away from Jason. Jason's chasing her all over the fucking place, 3D style. There's one couple, it's a I felt sorry for, because they're type funny, you know what I mean? They're making popcorn, they're smoking chass. There's a bit in it what's funny where the bobbies are chasing them and they're eating chass, and not the sort you use for fucking panting. But then they find out the bobbies are going somewhere else. So they get all that fucking chass for nothing. But they get killed and all. And so basically it's just the one dude. She does get the better of Jason and slams a fucking axe on his head. And he falls down bloody dead. Well, you say he does. We all know he never does. He killed the bikers. He killed the one who I said was out of Fight Night. Which, funny enough, you think he's dead, but he gets back up, which I don't know why, because he gets fucking killed again. I thought it would have been better that he would have fucking got his fucking thing, but he doesn't. He gets killed. The dude, like I say, rams an axe on the fucker's head. But the only bit what got me is the trying to do like they do in the original Friday the 13th. There's a bit where you think Jason ain't dead. He comes out this door and he's going to get her. But she wakes up, it's a nightmare. And then fucking Jason's mum jumps out and gets her out of the lake. So they're trying to copy the scene from number one. Only it's Jason's mummy. But I'll give it its due. They've got a bit where she goes off her head. The piece dive off and it ends. You've got that discotheque music again. End of movie. End of movie. I do know originally the ending was going to be different, where Jason comes out and cuts a fucking head off. But I'm kind of happy they didn't go that route on. They had the ending what you got, even though it never made sense because they never followed that on again with Jason's mum. Was it just a nightmare? Was it a ghost of Jason's mummy? Never foils that ever on, ever in any of the Friday the 13th. And you can't say Freddy versus Jason because it was Freddy pretending to be Jason's mummy. So it never foiled that on, so it never, in my eyes, it never made bladding sense. But other than that, though, it's a good film. It's a worthy third one. The 3D gimmicks do get a bit irritating after the bit, but again, it has a charm to it, which I like. So that is Friday the 13th, Part 3, in 3D. If you can ever find it in 3D, let me know, because the one I've got is just a straightforward standard one. But I did know what when they first aired it on TV, they did put it in its original 3D format. So if they ever do it again, let me know. But until then, that's my review of Friday the 13th, Part 3. Until then, be smart, be safe, and I'll see you soon.